Hello and good morning, everyone. Today is the first day of my vlog, so welcome. Today I am going to be making cinnamon rolls, and I'll take you along for the ride on that one. I'm also going to try a new recipe that I found actually on Facebook. Dill pickle rangoon or something like that, I think it was called. So we're going to try that, and we'll just see how everything else goes with that. I need to run out because I need to get some cream cheese because that's what the recipe calls for, and I don't have any left. So we are going to head out, go pick that stuff up, and then come home and start doing all the yummy cooking. So we'll see you guys all in a bit. Well guys, we just finished at Westland. They didn't have a lot in here, but I did pick up some tomatoes for actually a really good deal. 6-pack, I believe. Oh, I'm blocking the camera. Oh, there's Mike, my husband.
Hi guys.
So I picked up these vine tomatoes. Always good to have fresh tomatoes. Mine aren't growing yet, so there's that. Might take a drive around to see if any of the other greenhouses are open. I love fresh stuff that's not in stores. It's so much better. But yeah, we'll see you guys in a bit. Bye. Well guys, I am back at home. I have everything set out to start making these cinnamon rolls. It's a fair process, but here's the stuff that I will need for it, all set out here. And as I go along, I will show you what we're doing and how to do it. So definitely keep an eye out for that. And I will, at the end, link the recipe for the cinnamon rolls. It's basically a bread recipe, but you can use it for cinnamon rolls, anything you want. So I will link the recipe for that. And yeah, so let's get set on making them. So for this first step, we're gonna need 2 tablespoons of the active dry yeast, and this is the rapid one. We're gonna need half a tablespoon of sugar and half a cup of warm water. Mix it all together and let it rise. So we'll show you how that goes. Okay, so here's the yeast. We're gonna do 2 tablespoons, so 1, 2. Next thing we're gonna add is half a tablespoon of sugar. So there it is. And we'll throw it in there. Okay, and then we're gonna mix in half a cup of warm water. You're gonna take all that, mix it up. Mix it all in, get it all mixed up. Then we're just gonna let that sit and let it rise until it doubles. So while you're letting your yeast mixture, which we have here, rise, you can start getting everything else, your dry ingredients and all that, ready to go in your other bowl. So in a large bowl, you want to put 5 cups of flour. I've already measured them all out in there. You also want to add in half a cup of sugar. So that goes in like that. You will also measure in 1/4 of a cup of vegetable oil, but I'm not doing that until I add all the other wet stuff. We do have 1.5 cups of warm water here. I made it really hot so it can sit and just be warm water by the time we're ready to do it. And then also we want to add in half a tablespoon of salt, which I will do in just a second. And yeah. Well guys, as you can see, the yeast mixture has definitely doubled. So now it's time, well, we'll put that in next. We'll add our vegetable oil, which is 1/4 cup. Throw it in there. We're gonna add our 1.5 cups of warm water. And now for the big gooey mess, we're gonna mix this all in. Look at all the foamy, shows that it did its work. This is also a way to make sure your yeast is fresh enough to be using, because if it wasn't fresh, it wouldn't rise. So now that it's all thrown in here, what you're gonna wanna do, it makes it so much easier. You wanna put a little bit of flour onto your hands. It'll help it so that it doesn't stick as much when you're kneading it. So then you stick your hands in and just start going. Well guys, it's all starting to come together. So once you've gotten it all mixed up and put together, it is kind of a messy thing to do, but in the end it's worth it. Now if you live in a different climate, you may have to add a little bit more water, so just go based on where you are and see how it's being mixed together. So this is just about perfect right here. So we have it here in the bowl. Now that we've gotten to this point, we're going to take a towel, throw it over top, and you let it rise for an hour. So we'll see you guys back in an hour. Well guys, it's been an hour. Voila, it has risen. So now, I'm just gonna move this over here so it's a little easier on me. Your next step, punch it down. And then you're gonna do a quick little knead of it in the bowl. So now it's back down to that size. We are going to take it out of the bowl that it is stuck in. And we're gonna put it down on the flour that we have. Make a whole bunch of noise. Get your trusty rolling pin. Put some flour on that, it's gonna help it along the way. And then start rolling her out. So now I've gotten it all rolled out. I tried to make it all even, so it's gonna make things easier. You don't wanna over roll because that's gonna affect how it rises. Next step is spread on your butter. You wanna spread it out as evenly as possible. This is gonna allow it to make the juices that it needs to make when it's baking. This is also going to allow it to get a little bit more golden brown as it's baking. And the big part is it's going to keep your brown sugar and cinnamon intact. So now I've got all the butter on. Next part is putting on the brown sugar. The good old sticky part. I've had this brown sugar in the pantry for a while, so there's some big chunks that I'm trying to get out. So mix it all in there, spread it all as evenly as possible. It'll make it easier in the long run. Sorry, I'm just digging through chunks. So after you've got all your brown sugar down, you're going to want to lightly sprinkle out your cinnamon. Try to do it lightly. So next step is you want to try to roll this as tightly as possible. It will allow everything to work out much, much better. So as you see here, I've got dental floss. Not only is it good for flossing your teeth, it also is good for cutting through cinnamon rolls. Take it, stick it under, pull it, and it's sliced all the way through. Well guys, it's been another hour. Time to see how much they've grown. Look at that. Doesn't that look yummy? So now we're gonna pop them in the oven at 375, and I've already preheated our oven, and you're gonna do at least 15 minutes. It calls for 15 to 20. I always start with the lowest time, and you can always add more. You can't take away time. Well guys, I had to put it in for an extra 3 minutes. The timer's just about ready to go off. One of them kind of did some stuff, so I'll show you. Well, they smell good, but they really grew. So now we're gonna let them cool, and then I will ice them once it's gonna be kind of difficult to ice them, but we will ice them, and then that will be dessert for supper tonight. Well guys, they've cooled down just enough that I can ice them. Unfortunately, I'm using buttercream icing. I can't have the cream cheese ones, but this will work. So I'm gonna work on getting them iced. Of course, it's sticking to the knife. And then we'll let it cool off a little bit more. And this obviously is dessert for our dinner tonight. So, if you like this vlog, don't forget to come over and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Don't forget to give me a good thumbs up. Feel free to comment. I love all the comments. And I guess if you guys have anything that you'd like to see me try to make on this vlog, or things that you'd like to see me do, comment down below about what they are. And until then, I'll see you guys later.